Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Miss Matilde. I just want to welcome you back again to my YouTube channel. Let us just start or continue this journey together with you guys. Okay, again in this video today, I'm here again to discuss issues related to relationships and also marriages. So I want to teach people to avoid dating people with the following behavior that I will list now in this video. So my number one point of this video is that I want people to avoid dating people with the following behavior. Let's say, for example, if you are married or you are in a relationship with your partner and they have the following behavior. Let's say you are out of your house, somewhere out of your house, or maybe even at work. Then your partner or your husband tried to call you and you were not available that moment. Then you will find 30 text message or 40 text message. I want to teach you today that that is not a sign of love. That is not a sign that is that shows how much this certain individual loves you. That is a toxic behavior. That is sickness. That is unhealthy. Why? Because that you cannot. That is abuse. You cannot send somebody 30 messages or 40 messages. If you send the first one or if you call for the first time and they are not responding, that should tell you that somehow, somewhere, they are maybe busy. And you have to let them be. So, if you are sending 30 to 40 messages, that means that somewhere, somehow, you are not well. You have anger issues. You are very abusive. That is, I want to make it clear today, that is not a sign of love. That is a toxic behavior. That is unhealthy. That is abusing of someone. That is not right. Okay, so if you are dating such somebody and they have such a behavior, you should just call the relationship off. Don't date them. Don't marry them. Otherwise, you will have dramas. Such people, they are more likely to cause dramas if they cannot control their emotion that specific moment when you are not responding to them. So they are more likely to cause dramas. They are more likely to cause chaosness in the relationship or in the marriage. Just don't date them. Don't marry them. Okay. The next point is that I want to teach people also not to date people who never stayed single or who are always looking to be in a crowd. People who cannot stay by themselves even for an hour. Avoid dating them, avoid marrying them, because that is a sign that their thought, they are not self-sufficient in terms of emotional needs. If they cannot stay by themselves and they always need people, they are always in the crowd, they cannot stay single for a month, they cannot stay single for a year or 2 months or 2 years, that means that it's either their thought system is not well organized. Their mental state is not well organized. Because if they were having, if they were well in terms of their thoughts, in terms of their mental state, in terms of their emotional need, if somebody is if somebody is if they are happy on their own, if they know how to control their emotions, if they know how to put their emotions together, then they must be able to stay on their own. They must be able to live by themselves, even for an hour, even for a month, even for a year. So if they are always constantly looking for people, they cannot even sit in the house for an hour. They cannot even be on themselves or by themselves for an hour. That is a sign already that should tell you their mental state is not well organized. Their thoughts are not well organized. They cannot control their own emotion. They cannot create their own happiness. If they are constantly needing to be in a crowd, if they are constantly need to be in a relationship. So that means that they cannot do their own happiness. They are not in charge of their own happiness. So such people, they are the people that, for example, we do not want to have people in future. For example, let's say that if they are a husband and wife, and the husband or the wife happen to pass on, these are the type of people that will struggle to continue to live if their partners are no longer there. They will give most of the time, in most cases, such people, if their partner happen to pass on, they can also not live longer if they did not get into another relationship. Most of the time they don't make it because they never learned how to live on their own. They were always in need of other people to complete them. They are not self-sufficient. So we need people that are able or that are responsible for their own happiness. People that are able to live on their own, even if even if they were married and their partner happened to pass on, they must be able to continue to live on their own without getting into the next relationship. People need to be self-sufficient in everything whenever they are going to relationships. And the two, if they meet, they can just share what they have. We have a situation whereby people, if their partner happen to pass on, people will do a lot. They will be hurt beyond repair. And that is not a healthy way to live. People need to accept the reality of life. You need to be able to live on your own. When you are going to that, each of you, when you are going to that relationship, be able to live on your own. So that even if something happened to your partner, you must be able to continue to live life. You must be able to live without them. People who are not emotionally sufficient, people who are not well organized within them, they tend to abuse other people in relationship. They tend to abuse other people in marriages with their emotional need. And that is not right. We need to change that. So, if you have these certain individuals that cannot stay single for a year or even for 2 years, do not marry them, don't date them, because that is a sign that their internal system, their internal thought system and emotional need are not well organized. If they cannot live by themselves for a month, for 2 months, for 1 year, and they constantly just need to be in a crowd and need to be with people, they are not well organized within them. Avoid them if possible. Otherwise, you will be abused in that marriage. You will be abused in that relationship, whereby you will be responsible for all their emotional need, and that is not possible. That is toxic. That is not a right way to live. Okay. The next point is that avoid marrying or dating people that are always having problems and that are always constantly complaining and having family issues. They are always having something to worry about. You do not want to share your bed with such a person. Energies are contagious. That energy will be transferred to you. People, whenever they are coming to marriages, they should be whole. They should be self-sufficient. They should be happy. They should be... I'm not saying people should not provide support to their family or whatsoever. But I'm saying people need to come to relationship when they are fully happy. Yeah, I'm not saying they should have everything all together, but they cannot be always complaining, always having problems, always their families are having dramas and all that. You will be part of that, and you don't want your life to be like that. So, if you are dating a person and they are constantly always complaining and always their families are having problems, there is always something to solve. Don't get yourself into such toxic, unhealthy marriages or relationship. Love yourself enough to say, this is what I want for my life, and if it's not there, don't go there. have your best interests at heart. Love yourself enough to say this is not what I want for my life. The last point, avoid people who cannot express their emotion in a calm and healthy way. For example, right away from the beginning when you are dating and maybe you have a misunderstanding in your relationship, or you just happen to encounter a problem in your relationship, and this certain individual is responding by hitting the wall, destroying things in the house and throwing things. Avoid such people. Chances are that they are likely to harm you physically when you are going to be in that relationship or in that marriage. So avoid them at all costs. You do not want to do life with people who can communicate in a calm and a healthy way. That is already a sign that is telling you that they cannot communicate. They are toxic. They are unhealthy. You want people that will communicate in a healthy and professional manner. Okay. And I told you in the previous video to say, people, they do not change. The behavior that you see in a person right away from the beginning of the relationship, the chances are that is their true color. And I told you, Kisha, people don't change. Maybe they will just pause their behavior, or they will just stop their behavior for a while to get you in or to get what they want from you. And after that behavior will show up again later in the marriage or later in the relationship. People, they don't just change their behavior like that. Maybe they will just change for a certain period of time to get what they want from you or to get you in, and that behavior will show up later again in the relationship or in the marriage. And most of the people, whenever they are marrying or whenever they are dating their partners, most of the time people know what they are getting themselves into. They just tend to ignore. But if they tend to ignore, most of the time the behavior that they ignored, they end up being the behavior why they are divorcing that person, or why they will broke up with that certain individuals. So just pay attention. People need to take dating serious if they really want to be happy in these marriages or relationships. Have a list of what you want in that relationship and stick to that. Anything that is not that, don't entertain it. Okay. That was it from me today. I wish you well. And see you on my next one. Bye-bye.